Coinsmith, and I'm from Chapel Hill, North Carolina. I grew up in a very close-knit community of about 10 or 15 families. Most of us, almost every day after school or work, would go outside and we would play lawn games, pick up sports, and everyone would really just hang out and talk. Now, I grew up as one of the youngest members in this community, and I really learned a lot from the adults around me as well as all of the other kids that were growing up just at different points than I was. Um, I was able to learn so much and really how important a good community is, and that's really stuck with me for my whole life. Um, Several years later, when COVID hit and the world kind of shut down, um, many of these people that were in that community were graduating high school or even college and weren't really able to celebrate it because there were no graduations and people weren't supposed to be hanging out really at all. So I went around and I started drawing in chalk their college logos that they were going to or had just graduated from on their driveway or on the street in front of their house. And this really made me feel a great sense of community, and helping me build my community that had been there for me my whole life was something that was super, super important and really helped me feel accomplished about it. I was able to see how much of an impact bringing these people together had, so I decided to expand and make this into a business called Chalk It Up. I founded Chalk It Up, and over COVID, we did a lot of chalk out on people's driveways, and it was a really good way that not only helped my community, but it helped build so many other communities in the local area, and that's something I was super proud of, and it was an amazing moment for me. Um, Again, about 2 years later, my senior year of high school, I found out I had torn my UCL, which is the ligament in your elbow that helps pitchers and quarterbacks throw the ball. And I was a pitcher going off to college, and this was a super scary time for me because I didn't really know what stood in front of me. So I really learned that it was important to take a step back and lean on your community when it's needed as well. And I was having a difficult time doing that because I had never really had to have been in that situation before. But another wrinkle, I was moving away to college in 2 months after my surgery. So I had to draw from what I had learned my whole life in my community and try and recreate another community at my new college so that I had those people to rely on when I was going through tough days in my recovery process. Having a community is so important to me, and I'm so glad that I was able to have such a close knit community growing up. After graduation, I plan on eventually going to med school as I'm currently pre med, but I plan on taking at least one gap year, if not more than that. I've talked about joining the Peace Corps or other similar organizations. There's also many places where I can get an internship with the Red Cross around pretty much the entire world, which I think would be super, super cool. Um, but really, the most important thing to me is getting around and being able to travel the world while I have the opportunity to before I dedicate the next big portion of my life to med school, where I would be significantly less able to do that. Um, so obviously that's my plan A. But plan B is arguably just as important for me. Um, if I don't go to med school and those plans don't work out, that's fine. Something super important to me is helping people. And I really hope that if I can't go to med school and do that, that I can find a way to do that. And what I'd want to do right now is start a nonprofit or a business and find ways to help those in need. And I think being in Shuford and Honors Carolina is an amazing way to do that. There's so many connections and places that I can come back to and people that I can look for everything that I need through that. So if my plan A doesn't work, I hope that that's a really good fallback plan and will still accomplish all the goals that I want to have in life.